Have you ever wondered what truly makes a man feel completely satisfied, not just in the bedroom, but in the connection you share? Not the shallow, surface level ideas you hear from friends or magazines, but the real, psychological truths that make intimacy unforgettable. It's easy to think that great sex is all about technique, position, or timing, but the truth is far more profound. What men truly consider great goes far beyond what you see or feel in the moment. It's about energy, presence, and understanding, qualities that awaken desire on a much deeper level. Right now, you might be thinking, I know how to please him, I do everything I can. And yet, something feels missing. That spark that makes intimacy electric, that feeling of being completely irresistible and magnetic, it's elusive. What if you could unlock it? What if there were secrets, hidden truths about attraction and connection that most women never learn, but that completely change the way a man experiences desire? Here's the reality. Most women focus only on the visible parts of intimacy. They focus on the physical, on pleasing, on following instructions. But what men actually crave is not just the body, it's the soul, the energy, the presence you bring into the room. Great sex is not a performance, it's a journey where two people connect in a way that feels electric, exciting, and deeply fulfilling. And the truth is, any woman can learn to create that energy. Imagine this, every time you're close, every time you share a moment of intimacy, he feels completely drawn to you, not just physically, but emotionally. He feels understood, appreciated, and desired, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. That is the difference between ordinary intimacy and unforgettable intimacy. And that is exactly what this video will help you understand. By the end of this video, you're going to discover 4 powerful secrets that men value more than anything else in intimacy. Secrets that most women never know, and secrets that will make him feel a connection so strong he can't forget it. Secrets that transform not just sex, but your entire relationship, your energy, and the way you show up in life. These are not just tips, they are truths rooted in psychology, in human desire, and in the way attraction really works. And here's the promise. If you stay with this video until the very end, you will walk away with a new understanding of intimacy. You will gain tools that give you confidence, presence, and power. You will start to see yourself not just as a woman trying to please, but as someone who creates magnetic energy that draws him in naturally, effortlessly, and irresistibly. By the time you finish watching, you will know how to step into your full power, how to awaken desire, and how to create intimacy that is unforgettable, intimacy that is so powerful it makes him feel closer to you than he ever has before. Before we dive into the secrets, it's important to understand one key idea. Men are simple, but their satisfaction is complex. Their desire is not based solely on what they see, it's based on what they feel. They are drawn to confidence, to presence, to energy that feels alive and authentic. If you can tap into these qualities, if you can awaken that energy within yourself, you unlock a level of attraction that no trick or move can ever create. Think of this as your roadmap. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to follow complicated rules or memorize techniques. What matters most is how you show up, how you make him feel, and the energy you bring into intimacy. This is where real power lies. And this is what most women overlook. The women who truly understand this are the ones who create intimacy that is magnetic, passionate, and unforgettable. They don't just satisfy a man, they make him feel alive. Right now, ask yourself, do you want to be just another woman who goes through the motions, or do you want to become the woman who awakens a man's deepest desire? The woman who inspires him, excites him, and makes him feel truly connected. The difference is not in the moves, it's in understanding the energy and the psychology behind desire. When you grasp this, you'll see intimacy in an entirely new way. So, get ready, because in the next sections, we'll reveal the 4 secrets that change everything. Secrets that make men feel more desire, more connection, and more appreciation than they ever thought possible. Secrets that transform your confidence, your presence, and your ability to create unforgettable moments. Stay with this video, absorb every word, and prepare to step into a level of intimacy and attraction that feels natural, empowering, and deeply magnetic. Great intimacy is waiting for you. It's not about performing. It's not about trying harder. It's about understanding, presence, and the energy you bring. And once you unlock these truths, you will never look at intimacy or yourself the same way again. The first secret to unforgettable intimacy lies in confidence, not the kind that comes from looks or perfection, but the confidence that radiates from within. This confidence is magnetic, it's silent yet powerful, and it is felt before it is seen. When you carry yourself with quiet assurance, it ignites curiosity and attraction. Men notice energy more than appearance. They respond to a presence that is secure, grounded, and unapologetically authentic. Confidence is not about demanding attention. It is about offering an irresistible energy that invites connection without force. True confidence grows from self-respect. It emerges when you value yourself beyond validation from others. When a woman knows her worth, she moves differently. Every gesture, every glance, every word carries intention and power. That energy doesn't just draw attention, it awakens desire. It makes ordinary moments electric because it signals that you are comfortable in your skin, comfortable with your power, and comfortable being unapologetically you. This type of presence is far more alluring than any physical technique. Confidence is also about owning your body and your sexuality without shame or hesitation. There is nothing more attractive than someone who embraces their desires, acknowledges their needs, and allows themselves to express pleasure freely. Men are drawn to authenticity because it makes them feel safe to be authentic themselves. When a woman communicates, through her energy, that she is secure, confident, and fully engaged, he feels an invisible connection that goes far beyond touch. This is the kind of intimacy that lingers in memory long after the moment has passed. It is important to understand that confidence is not about controlling or dominating. It is about self-possession. It is the ability to feel whole within yourself, independent of anyone else's approval. When this confidence is present, it transforms interactions. A simple look, a gentle touch, or a shared laugh becomes charged with energy. Men notice the subtle signals of someone who is comfortable with themselves, the posture, the tone of voice, the ease of laughter, the sparkle in the eyes. These signals create an invisible pull, one that cannot be faked or forced. Another aspect of confidence is knowing what you want and expressing it naturally. Desire becomes irresistible when it is clear, intentional, and rooted in self-assurance. Men sense hesitation or uncertainty quickly, and it diminishes attraction. But when a woman communicates her preferences with grace and confidence, it invites curiosity and engagement. This is not about demanding or instructing. It is about being fully aligned with yourself and allowing him to participate in your energy rather than trying to guess or control it. Confidence also carries the power of emotional resilience. A woman who can navigate her emotions without fear or defensiveness projects strength and stability. This stability makes intimacy feel safe, while the underlying energy adds excitement. Men are instinctively drawn to balance, an energy that is both inviting and grounded, playful yet composed. When confidence is rooted in emotional clarity, it creates a dynamic environment where connection can thrive and passion can ignite naturally. Psychologically, men are wired to respond to energy more than words. Confidence is the energy that signals security, independence, and desirability. When it is present, it reduces anxiety, increases attraction, and fosters deeper engagement. A confident woman does not try to impress. She simply is. And that presence speaks louder than any gesture or promise. It awakens curiosity, admiration, and desire simultaneously. It is also essential to recognize that confidence is cultivated, not inherited. It grows from small victories, self-awareness, and intentional self-care. When a woman invests in herself, her mind, body, and spirit, she strengthens an invisible magnetic field that men notice instinctively. Each act of self-love, each moment of courage, each choice to honor herself contributes to a presence that feels alive, radiant, and irresistible. This is the foundation of attraction that no technique can replace. The impact of confidence on intimacy goes beyond the physical. It influences emotional closeness, mutual respect, and the ability to create memorable experiences. When a woman radiates confidence, she elevates the energy in every shared moment. Conversations become engaging, touches become meaningful, and presence becomes unforgettable. Men remember the energy they experienced long after details fade because confidence leaves an imprint on the psyche, a sense of awe, admiration, and desire that lingers. Ultimately, confidence transforms intimacy into a deeply magnetic experience. It shifts the focus from performance to presence, from trying to please to fully expressing oneself, and from fleeting moments to lasting impressions. When confidence is embraced, every interaction carries weight, every touch carries intention, and every connection feels electric. It is the invisible force that turns ordinary encounters into extraordinary experiences. By embodying confidence, a woman becomes unshakable, unforgettable, and deeply desirable. She no longer chases attention, attention naturally follows her. She no longer worries about approval. Validation becomes a reflection of her presence rather than a requirement. Confidence empowers her to be herself fully, allowing intimacy to flourish naturally and effortlessly. Men are drawn not just to her body, but to the energy she carries, the combination of strength, self-possession, and authentic desire that creates a powerful, magnetic attraction. Confidence is the seed from which all other aspects of unforgettable intimacy grow. It shapes how a woman shows up, how she communicates, and how she makes a man feel. It is not something that can be taught overnight, but it can be cultivated with awareness, courage, and practice. Every act of self-belief, every moment of presence, every choice to honor oneself strengthens this magnetic energy. It transforms ordinary encounters into experiences that are remembered, desired, and cherished. Embracing confidence is not about perfection. It is about embracing power, presence, and authenticity. It is the secret that turns ordinary women into unforgettable partners. When confidence becomes the foundation of intimacy, every touch, glance, and moment carries weight, and every experience becomes a testament to the energy she brings into connection. It is a quiet, invisible force, yet it is the most potent element of desire and attraction a man can feel. The second secret to creating unforgettable intimacy lies in emotional connection. It is the invisible thread that binds two people together, making every moment feel alive, meaningful, and electric. Men crave connection more than most realize. It is not just physical attraction that keeps desire strong. It is the feeling of being truly understood, accepted, and valued. When emotional connection is present, it turns ordinary interactions into experiences that linger in the mind and heart long after the moment has passed. Connection begins with awareness. It is the ability to tune into subtle cues, his moods, his reactions, the small shifts in energy. When a woman shows that she notices that she is attentive, it makes a man feel seen in a way he rarely experiences. This is not about analyzing every word or movement. It is about creating an energy of presence, one that communicates care, understanding, and appreciation without a single forced effort. Emotional connection awakens desire because it satisfies the human need to be recognized at a deep level. One of the most powerful ways to build this connection is through active listening. When a woman listens not just to respond, but to understand, she creates an invisible bond that feels electric. Men instinctively respond to women who engage in this way because it validates them and affirms their emotions. Listening is not passive. It is a skill that conveys empathy, interest, and respect. It creates a sense of safety, allowing desire to flourish naturally without pressure or expectation. Vulnerability plays a critical role in emotional connection. Opening up, sharing feelings, and showing authentic reactions is not a weakness. It is a signal of trust and depth. Men are drawn to women who are willing to reveal their true selves because it mirrors courage and authenticity. Vulnerability creates a space where both partners can feel safe, understood, and alive. This dynamic elevates intimacy beyond physical touch, transforming it into an experience that resonates emotionally and psychologically. Another key element of connection is validation. Men respond deeply to the feeling that their thoughts, opinions, and desires are respected and appreciated. Validation is not about agreeing with everything he says. It is about acknowledging his perspective and making him feel valued. This simple practice strengthens attraction and builds an invisible bridge between two hearts. It signals that intimacy is not only physical but emotional, where both individuals feel safe to express themselves fully. Shared experiences and mutual understanding also deepen emotional bonds. When a woman shows genuine curiosity about his life, dreams, and fears, she creates layers of connection that go beyond the surface. Men are wired to feel drawn to women who understand them on multiple levels, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. This understanding fuels desire because it communicates that intimacy is a partnership, not a one-sided performance. It shows that connection is built on mutual appreciation, respect, and engagement, which heightens both emotional and physical attraction. The energy of emotional connection is subtle yet undeniable. It shows up in small gestures, a gentle touch, a shared laugh, a knowing glance. These moments carry weight because they communicate presence and attentiveness. Men remember how a woman made them feel far more than the words she spoke or the acts she performed. Feeling understood, safe, and appreciated creates a deep psychological imprint that fosters long-term attraction. Emotional connection is the soil in which passion grows. Men also value women who can mirror energy and emotion. This doesn't mean mimicking behavior, it means responding with authenticity, empathy, and alignment. When a woman naturally reflects his energy in a supportive and engaging way, it creates a rhythm that feels effortless and electric. This mirroring signals attunement, making him feel heard, understood, and profoundly connected. It is a subtle skill, but it has immense power to deepen desire and elevate intimacy. Building emotional connection requires patience and awareness. It is not achieved through shortcuts or forced gestures. It is cultivated through consistent presence, genuine interest, and intentional engagement. Each moment of attentiveness, each act of care, and each authentic expression of feeling contributes to an invisible foundation of desire and attachment. Men respond instinctively to this energy because it satisfies a deep need to feel that someone truly sees and values them. Ultimately, emotional connection transforms intimacy into something unforgettable. It makes desire last beyond the body, embedding it in the mind and heart. Men remember not only the touch, but the energy, the understanding, and the way they felt in her presence. Emotional connection turns ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences, creating bonds that are magnetic, lasting, and deeply satisfying. The power of this connection is that it allows intimacy to flourish naturally, without performance or pressure. When men feel understood and appreciated, they are freer to relax, enjoy, and express desire authentically. Emotional connection creates a sense of safety while simultaneously heightening attraction. It is the subtle force that turns desire into devotion and moments into memories. By embracing emotional connection, a woman becomes more than physically desirable. She becomes unforgettable. Her presence carries weight, her energy communicates depth, and her engagement awakens desire on a profound level. Men are drawn not only to her beauty, but to the way she makes them feel, seen, valued, and deeply alive. Emotional connection is the invisible magnet that transforms ordinary intimacy into something extraordinary. It is a secret few recognize, but every man responds to. Understanding his need for connection allows intimacy to evolve beyond fleeting pleasure, creating experiences that resonate long after the moment is gone. Emotional connection is not optional, it is essential. When cultivated with awareness, authenticity, and care, it elevates desire, strengthens bonds, and makes a woman unforgettable. The third secret to unforgettable intimacy is mystery and intrigue. This is the invisible force that keeps desire alive and makes a man crave more. Men are naturally drawn to what they cannot fully predict or possess. When a woman maintains a sense of intrigue, she creates a magnetic pull that awakens curiosity and excitement. Mystery is not about playing games. It is about preserving the essence of oneself while allowing intimacy to unfold naturally. It is the energy that signals depth, confidence, and individuality, and it transforms ordinary attraction into a powerful, unforgettable connection. Mystery begins with keeping parts of yourself private and sacred. A woman who reveals everything at once can feel approachable, but rarely unforgettable. When she shares selectively, it invites curiosity and engagement. Men are drawn to the unknown, the parts of her personality, thoughts, and desires that are discovered gradually. This slow revelation creates anticipation and excitement, turning every interaction into a journey rather than a routine. Mystery is the art of being known while remaining wonderfully unique and untouchable in certain ways. Another key aspect of intrigue is maintaining independence. Men are drawn to women who have lives, passions, and goals outside the relationship. When a woman nurtures her interests and cultivates her individuality, she radiates energy that is magnetic and inspiring. Independence is not distance, it is the strength to exist fully on one's own while inviting connection. This balance creates a pull that makes men eager to engage, participate, and invest in her energy. It demonstrates that her presence is a choice, not a necessity, which makes her infinitely more desirable. The energy of mystery is amplified by confidence and self-expression. A woman who speaks her mind, shares her opinions, and embraces her uniqueness without fear, captures attention effortlessly. Men are naturally attracted to authenticity paired with subtle unpredictability. When a woman communicates confidently, yet does not reveal every thought or emotion immediately, it creates a rhythm of engagement that is electric. Mystery thrives in this space between clarity and curiosity, where every word, gesture, or glance carries weight and intention. Intrigue also comes from embracing unpredictability in positive ways. This doesn't mean creating chaos or uncertainty. It means cultivating energy that surprises, delights, and excites. Small, thoughtful variations in behavior, tone, or expression can create a sense of adventure and vitality. Men are drawn to energy that feels alive and dynamic, to moments that break routine and evoke wonder. When a woman embodies this energy, she transforms ordinary encounters into experiences that feel memorable, exhilarating, and emotionally rich. Another dimension of mystery is emotional depth. Men are captivated by women who have a rich inner life, who think deeply, feel profoundly, and experience the world with intensity. Emotional depth communicates wisdom, sensitivity, and complexity, making interactions far more compelling. Men instinctively recognize this depth as a signal of authenticity and value. It ignites curiosity and admiration, drawing them closer and inspiring a stronger connection. Mystery is not superficial. It thrives in layers of character, insight, and perspective. Mystery is also expressed through controlled self-disclosure. Sharing too much too soon can reduce desire, while withholding entirely can create distance. The power lies in the balance, revealing enough to invite engagement, while keeping the full story for moments of deeper intimacy. This measured sharing creates anticipation, encourages exploration, and strengthens attraction. Men respond instinctively to this rhythm because it keeps desire alive and signals that she is not fully predictable or ordinary. Psychologically, intrigue works because humans are wired to seek novelty and challenge. When a woman embodies mystery, she becomes a puzzle that stimulates curiosity and emotional investment. Men are drawn to what excites their mind and emotions, not just what pleases their body. Mystery is a form of empowerment, a way to maintain individuality while fostering connection. It transforms intimacy into an experience that is mentally, emotionally, and physically engaging. Mystery and intrigue also enhance passion and desire. When energy feels alive, unpredictable, and unique, men are more present, more attentive, and more engaged. Ordinary patterns of interaction fade, replaced by moments that feel intense, exciting, and unforgettable. Mystery creates a sense of exploration, where every shared glance, touch, or word carries significance. It elevates intimacy from the expected to the extraordinary, leaving a lasting imprint on both hearts and minds. Ultimately, mystery is a combination of presence, individuality, and emotional richness. It is the energy that draws men in, keeps them engaged, and makes them desire connection repeatedly. Men are magnetically pulled toward women who embody intrigue because it stimulates curiosity, admiration, and excitement simultaneously. Mystery transforms attraction into fascination, fleeting desire into sustained interest, and casual encounters into deeply memorable experiences. A woman who embraces mystery is not just desirable, she becomes unforgettable. Her presence captivates attention without demanding it. Her energy inspires curiosity without forcing engagement. Her individuality and depth create a space where intimacy feels alive, meaningful, and electric. Men are drawn not only to what she does, but to who she is, the complexity, authenticity, and uniqueness that makes her impossible to ignore. Mystery and intrigue are not superficial tricks. They are the expression of a woman who values herself, protects her energy, and communicates through presence rather than performance. They are the invisible threads that turn ordinary attraction into magnetic, unforgettable intimacy. When cultivated intentionally, they elevate desire, strengthen connection, and make a woman not just wanted, but deeply remembered. The fourth secret to unforgettable intimacy is attentive awareness and genuine presence. This is the energy that transforms connection into something meaningful, electric, and memorable. Men notice when a woman is fully present, when her focus, her energy, and her attention are directed toward him without distraction. Being truly attentive is not about performing or overthinking. It is about showing through energy, actions, and subtle cues that he matters, that his emotions, desires, and presence are fully acknowledged and valued. Awareness begins with the ability to read subtle cues. A glance, a change in tone, a shift in posture. These small signals carry enormous meaning. When a woman recognizes these cues and responds intuitively, it communicates understanding on a level deeper than words. This attentiveness signals empathy and connection, making a man feel validated and appreciated. Men are instinctively drawn to women who notice them in ways others do not because it creates a sense of significance and belonging that fuels desire. Being fully present requires letting go of distractions and mental chatter. True intimacy cannot thrive when attention is divided or preoccupied. When energy is focused entirely on the shared moment, men feel an invisible warmth that makes the experience richer and more satisfying. Every word, touch, and expression becomes amplified because it is received by someone who is genuinely tuned in. Presence is magnetic because it communicates respect, care, and emotional availability, all of which heighten desire. Genuine attentiveness also involves active engagement. It is not passive observation, it is participation through empathy, responsiveness, and intuitive understanding. When a woman responds naturally to his energy, moods, and desires, she creates a dynamic rhythm that feels alive and effortless. This engagement fosters trust, deepens connection, and makes moments feel memorable rather than routine. Men sense this energy instinctively, and it draws them closer on both emotional and physical levels. One of the most powerful aspects of attentive awareness is nonverbal communication. Simple gestures, a touch on the arm, a soft smile, the tilt of the head, carry profound meaning. Men respond to these signals because they communicate interest, validation, and emotional resonance without needing explanation. Presence is often felt more than it is spoken. It is energy translated into subtle, meaningful acts that make him feel valued and desired. Attentive awareness also requires emotional sensitivity. Understanding moods, recognizing shifts in energy, and responding with empathy creates a safe and inviting space. Men feel more comfortable, relaxed, and open when they sense that their emotions are seen and acknowledged. This emotional attunement strengthens attraction because it satisfies a deep psychological need, the desire to feel understood, accepted, and emotionally connected. Another dimension of this secret is mirroring and complementing energy naturally. When a woman matches his energy in subtle, supportive ways, it creates harmony and rhythm that feels effortless and engaging. This is not imitation, it is attunement. Men are drawn to women who can reflect their energy authentically because it validates their emotions and strengthens the sense of connection. Mirroring energy naturally enhances desire by making him feel seen, understood, and deeply connected. Attentive awareness also amplifies mutual enjoyment. When focus is on shared experience rather than performance, both partners feel freer, more relaxed, and more engaged. Men respond to this energy because it creates an environment where pleasure is mutual and intimacy becomes a co-created experience rather than a one-sided effort. Genuine presence transforms every touch, glance, and word into something meaningful, electric, and deeply satisfying. This energy also cultivates trust and security, which are essential for desire to thrive. When a man senses that a woman is fully present and genuinely attuned to him, it creates an invisible foundation of safety. Trust allows vulnerability, spontaneity, and deeper connection to emerge naturally. Men respond instinctively to this foundation because it signals that intimacy can exist without pressure, judgment, or expectation. Presence becomes a catalyst for both emotional and physical attraction, making encounters memorable and profound. Attentive awareness is not a skill that requires constant effort. It is a way of being. It grows from mindfulness, intentionality, and a deep understanding of the importance of energy and attraction. Each moment of focus, each act of empathy, and each subtle cue of engagement strengthens a magnetic field of connection that men feel immediately. It communicates authenticity, care, and deep interest, all of which are far more powerful than any technique or move. Ultimately, this secret transforms intimacy into a shared energy that is electric, memorable, and fulfilling. Men are drawn to women who make them feel noticed, valued, and emotionally engaged. Presence and attentiveness elevate every experience from ordinary to extraordinary because they create a psychological and emotional resonance that lasts far longer than the physical act alone. By embracing attentive awareness, a woman becomes more than desirable. She becomes unforgettable. Every gesture, glance, and subtle signal communicates connection, care, and validation. Men are not just attracted to her physically, they are drawn to the way she makes them feel, seen, understood, and valued. Presence is the silent energy that transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences, creating intimacy that is magnetic, lasting, and deeply satisfying. This energy is subtle yet powerful, quiet yet impossible to ignore. Men feel it instinctively, and it shapes desire, attraction, and connection in profound ways. Attentive awareness and genuine presence are the invisible threads that bind intimacy, making it memorable, meaningful, and deeply magnetic. When cultivated intentionally, this energy ensures that every encounter leaves a lasting impression, awakening desire, deepening connection, and creating experiences that are impossible to forget. When all these secrets, confidence, emotional connection, mystery, and attentive awareness come together, they create a powerful synergy that transforms intimacy from ordinary to extraordinary. Each element reinforces the others, building a magnetic energy that makes every interaction unforgettable. Confidence gives presence its strength. Emotional connection deepens desire, mystery adds allure, and attentive awareness ensures every moment is fully alive. Together, they form a foundation that goes beyond physical attraction and touches the core of desire, respect, and admiration. The first impact of combining these secrets is a shift in energy. Men feel drawn not just to the body, but to the force of presence, intelligence, and authenticity. They notice the way a woman moves, speaks, and reacts with natural power. This energy cannot be faked or forced. It comes from alignment with oneself and a deep understanding of what truly matters in connection. When this energy is present, every glance, every touch, and every word resonates with intensity. Attraction becomes effortless because it is rooted in the truth of who she is. Another profound effect is deepening emotional intimacy. Emotional connection becomes richer and more meaningful when supported by confidence, mystery, and attentiveness. Men feel understood, appreciated, and valued on multiple levels. This creates a sense of safety, excitement, and trust that allows both partners to fully express themselves. Intimacy evolves into a space where vulnerability is welcomed, desires are explored, and emotional bonds are strengthened. This is the kind of intimacy that lingers in memory and fuels long-lasting connection. The combination of these secrets also enhances anticipation and excitement. Mystery and confidence work together to create a magnetic pull that keeps desire alive. Men are drawn to unpredictability tempered by stability, intrigue balanced with authenticity. This creates a rhythm of engagement where every interaction feels fresh, stimulating, and memorable. The energy generated is not fleeting. It establishes patterns of attention, curiosity, and desire that make moments unforgettable and relationships deeply engaging. Attentive awareness amplifies the impact of all other elements. When a woman is fully present while expressing confidence, emotional connection, and mystery, every subtle gesture carries significance. Men notice the energy behind actions, the intention behind words, and the authenticity behind presence. This attentiveness ensures that desire is continuously reinforced, trust is maintained, and the connection deepens naturally. The combination creates an invisible magnetic force that men respond to instinctively, often without being consciously aware of why. This synergy also strengthens attraction through authenticity. Men are drawn to women who are unapologetically themselves, fully aligned with their values, emotions, and energy. Confidence gives clarity, emotional connection gives depth, mystery gives intrigue, and attentiveness gives resonance. Together, these qualities create an energy that feels genuine, empowering, and magnetic. Authenticity is the ultimate form of attraction because it cannot be replicated or replaced. It ensures that desire is sustained, admiration is deepened, and intimacy remains vibrant. The power of this combination is also evident in communication and presence. Words become more meaningful when supported by the energy of confidence and attentiveness. Emotional connection allows conversations to resonate, while mystery keeps dialogue engaging and unpredictable. Men respond not just to what is said, but to how it is said. The energy, intention, and presence behind every expression. This creates a dynamic where attraction is reinforced through verbal and nonverbal channels simultaneously, strengthening connection and desire on multiple levels. When these secrets are integrated, intimacy evolves into a transformational experience. Men are not simply satisfied physically. They feel drawn, alive, and emotionally engaged. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to deepen connection, spark desire, and create lasting memories. This energy transforms relationships from transactional encounters into deeply meaningful partnerships. The magnetic combination of confidence, connection, mystery, and awareness makes intimacy a source of empowerment, fulfillment, and emotional resonance. The synergy of these secrets also empowers a woman. She no longer relies on techniques, external validation, or performance to create attraction. Instead, she becomes a source of energy, presence, and magnetic appeal that naturally draws desire. Confidence reinforces emotional resilience. Mystery maintains curiosity, connection builds trust, and awareness ensures every moment is alive and intentional. This empowerment changes not only how men perceive her, but also how she perceives herself, confident, desirable, and fully in control of her presence. Ultimately, this combination creates an irresistible, unforgettable force. Men are drawn not only to the physical, but to the energy, depth, and authenticity that these secrets cultivate. Attraction is no longer superficial, it becomes layered, magnetic, and enduring. Every interaction resonates, every moment lingers, and every connection grows stronger. By embodying all four elements, a woman creates an intimacy that is emotionally, mentally, and physically powerful. A connection that leaves a lasting imprint and inspires admiration, desire, and deep affection. Integrating these secrets also shifts relationships from simple desire to lasting partnership and engagement. Men are naturally motivated to invest, participate, and commit when they experience a woman who is confident, emotionally connected, intriguing, and present. The energy generated by these combined traits fosters loyalty, respect, and admiration. Desire becomes sustainable because it is rooted in truth, authenticity, and depth. The impact of this synergy reaches far beyond physical intimacy. It shapes emotional bonds, relationship dynamics, and the overall quality of connection. In essence, the power of these four secrets working together is greater than the sum of their parts. Confidence amplifies desire, emotional connection deepens attachment, mystery maintains intrigue, and attentiveness strengthens resonance. Together, they create an energy that is magnetic, unforgettable, and transformative. Men feel drawn, engaged, and inspired, and intimacy evolves into an experience that is both deeply satisfying and profoundly memorable. Understanding these four secrets is powerful, but their true magic comes when they are embodied consistently. Confidence, emotional connection, mystery, and attentive awareness are not one-time actions. They are ways of being. The energy a woman carries, the presence she projects, and the care she gives become habits that define how she shows up in every moment. Consistency in these traits is what transforms attraction from temporary curiosity into lasting desire and admiration. The first step to embodying this energy is self-awareness. This means recognizing your own strengths, desires, and values, and being intentional about the energy you project. When a woman knows herself deeply, she moves through the world with purpose. This self-knowledge creates a magnetic pull because it signals authenticity and groundedness. Men are drawn to women who are secure in who they are because it communicates reliability, independence, and power without needing words to explain it. Self-awareness also allows a woman to adapt naturally to different moments. Confidence, for example, may show as playfulness in one interaction and as calm assurance in another. Emotional connection can manifest through a gentle word, a supportive touch, or shared laughter. Mystery can appear in the form of selective sharing, subtle unpredictability, or cultivating personal passions. Attentive awareness ensures that each of these qualities is expressed at the right time, with the right intensity, and with full presence. The result is a flow of energy that feels effortless yet profoundly engaging. Developing these qualities consistently requires practice and intentionality. Confidence is strengthened by small victories, self-acceptance, and consistently choosing actions that align with one's values. Emotional connection grows through attentive listening, empathy, and genuine interest in others. Mystery emerges when a woman nurtures her individuality, maintains independence, and allows herself to be discovered gradually. Attentive awareness flourishes through mindfulness, focus, and noticing subtle cues in interaction. Each practice reinforces the others, creating a holistic presence that is magnetic and deeply desirable. It is essential to recognize that embodying these traits is not about perfection. Perfection is static and rigid, while magnetism is dynamic and alive. Men are drawn to energy that feels real, authentic, and evolving. Small imperfections or moments of vulnerability do not diminish attraction. They often enhance it by making energy feel genuine. Confidence is not arrogance. Mystery is not secrecy. Emotional connection is not manipulation. And awareness is not control. They are living qualities, fluid and responsive, that reflect the woman's energy in real time. Consistency also involves prioritizing personal growth. A woman who invests in her mind, body, and spirit continuously refines the energy she radiates. Knowledge, creativity, emotional intelligence, and self-care are all sources of magnetic energy that deepen attraction. Men respond to growth because it signals vitality, resilience, and independence. When a woman shows that she is committed to evolving and improving herself, she inspires admiration and desire. Growth becomes a natural expression of confidence, mystery, connection, and presence. Another important practice is attentive engagement. Every interaction, whether casual or intimate, is an opportunity to project presence and energy. A smile, a word of encouragement, a gentle touch, or a moment of shared laughter reinforces connection. Being fully present, noticing subtle changes in energy, and responding intuitively ensures that interactions feel alive, meaningful, and electric. Men notice these details even when they cannot articulate why they are drawn. Attentive engagement transforms ordinary moments into experiences that linger in memory. Consistency also requires balancing energy and boundaries. Confidence without boundaries can feel overwhelming. Emotional connection without self-care can feel draining, and mystery without engagement can feel distant. Attentive awareness allows a woman to maintain this balance naturally. Boundaries are not barriers, they are the framework that protects energy, strengthens presence, and enhances desirability. Men are instinctively drawn to women who have boundaries because they communicate value, self-respect, and emotional stability. Embodying these qualities consistently also fosters long-term impact. Attraction is not only about initial desire, it is about creating experiences that linger in thought, feeling, and memory. A woman who consistently radiates confidence, engages emotionally, maintains intrigue, and projects presence becomes unforgettable. Men remember the energy, the care, and the excitement she brings. She becomes someone whose presence is anticipated, whose company is cherished, and whose intimacy feels rare and precious. Ultimately, consistent embodiment transforms a woman from simply attractive to magnetically unforgettable. Men are drawn not just to appearances, gestures, or actions, they are drawn to the energy, depth, and intentionality that define her presence. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to reinforce connection, spark desire, and leave a lasting impression. Consistency turns abstract knowledge into lived reality, making attraction, admiration, and intimacy effortless and enduring. The true reward of embodying these traits is not only in the way men perceive her, but in how she experiences herself. Confidence brings empowerment, emotional connection brings fulfillment, mystery brings intrigue and joy, and attentive awareness brings clarity and purpose. The energy she radiates is authentic, intentional, and magnetic, creating a life and relationships that are deeply satisfying, meaningful, and alive. When these practices are integrated fully, they create a transformational presence. Men respond instinctively, desire is sustained, and intimacy becomes a source of connection passion, and inspiration. The combination of confidence, emotional connection, mystery, and awareness, expressed consistently, ensures that she is not only attractive in the moment, but unforgettable for a lifetime. Mastering these four secrets does more than enhance intimacy. It transforms how a woman experiences herself and her relationships. When confidence, emotional connection, mystery, and attentive awareness are integrated into daily life, attraction becomes effortless, desire becomes magnetic, and interactions become meaningful. Men respond instinctively to this energy, but the greatest reward is the sense of empowerment, fulfillment, and self-respect that grows within. Transformation begins internally, and the external impact follows naturally. One of the most powerful aspects of this transformation is the sense of self-possession it creates. A woman who embodies these traits no longer seeks validation or approval to feel desirable. Her confidence radiates from within, her presence commands attention without demanding it, and her energy inspires admiration naturally. This self-possession makes every interaction more engaging, every connection more meaningful, and every experience more memorable. Men sense this energy and are drawn to it instinctively because it signals independence, strength, and authenticity. Transformation also deepens emotional fulfillment. Emotional connection is no longer a skill applied only in intimate moments. It becomes a way of relating, communicating, and caring in every aspect of life. Men respond to women who can balance empathy with self-assurance because it creates a safe space for expression, vulnerability, and mutual enjoyment. When emotional depth is consistently expressed, relationships evolve beyond attraction into trust, admiration, and long-lasting bond. This fulfillment is deeply motivating both psychologically and emotionally because it taps into fundamental human desires to be seen, understood, and appreciated. Mystery, when mastered, transforms desire into fascination. Men are naturally drawn to women who maintain individuality, independence, and layers of depth that cannot be fully predicted. The intrigue created by subtle unpredictability and selective self-expression elevates attraction, making interactions feel fresh, exciting, and magnetic. This fascination fosters engagement, attention, and emotional investment, which in turn strengthens intimacy. A woman who cultivates mystery leaves a lasting impression because her presence feels alive, unique, and stimulating. The transformation also impacts presence and attentiveness. Men notice when energy is focused, when attention is genuine, and when actions are intentional. Attentive awareness enhances connection by making every gesture, word, and touch meaningful. Presence signals respect, care, and emotional availability, and it creates an invisible bond that deepens desire and admiration. Men feel drawn to women who make them feel noticed, valued, and alive in each interaction. This energy is subtle, yet it leaves a lasting psychological imprint that reinforces attraction over time. Another aspect of transformation is the integration of energy into everyday life. These traits are not limited to intimate moments. They shape the way a woman engages socially, professionally, and personally. Confidence, emotional connection, mystery, and awareness become habits that define how she shows up in the world. Men respond not just to isolated moments of intimacy, but to the consistent energy she radiates in all interactions. This holistic presence strengthens long-term desire, admiration, and connection because it demonstrates authenticity and reliability over time. Transformation also enhances personal empowerment and choice. Men are drawn to women who are selective, intentional, and self-directed because it communicates value and self-respect. Confidence allows her to set boundaries without fear. Emotional connection allows her to engage meaningfully without losing herself. Mystery allows her to maintain individuality without distance. And attentive awareness allows her to nurture interactions without performing. These qualities create a sense of control and power that is deeply magnetic. Men sense that she is whole, fulfilled, and alive, and that energy fuels desire naturally. Long-term effects of mastering these secrets include sustained attraction and admiration. Men remember experiences that combine presence, emotional depth, intrigue, and confidence. These qualities leave impressions that last far beyond the moment. Relationships are enriched because desire and connection are reinforced psychologically and emotionally, not just physically. Intimacy becomes a source of inspiration, motivation, and fulfillment because it satisfies fundamental human needs to feel seen, desired, and valued. The transformation also encourages authentic expression. A woman who has mastered these secrets does not feel compelled to perform or conform. Her actions, words, and energy are aligned with her values, desires, and presence. Men respond instinctively to authenticity because it communicates truth, stability, and depth. Authentic energy is magnetic. It creates admiration, sparks desire, and sustains connection. By embracing her true self fully, a woman transforms not only her relationships but also her own experience of confidence, power, and fulfillment. Ultimately, mastering these secrets turns ordinary intimacy into a profound, lasting experience. Men are drawn not just to physical appeal, but to the energy, depth, and intentionality that define her presence. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to reinforce connection, spark desire, and create lasting memories. Attraction becomes multidimensional, combining physical, emotional, psychological, and energetic components. This transformation ensures that desire is sustained, connection is deepened, and admiration is unwavering. This energy also transforms self-perception. A woman who embodies these traits experiences herself as confident, magnetic, and empowered. She sees her value clearly, understands her desires, and embraces her individuality without hesitation. This internal shift strengthens external impact because men sense authenticity, security, and power. The transformation is not temporary, it becomes a way of being that shapes every relationship, interaction, and experience. By mastering these secrets, a woman becomes unforgettable, magnetic, and deeply desirable. Men respond instinctively to her energy, depth, and presence. Her confidence, emotional awareness, mystery, and attentiveness create a lasting psychological imprint that sustains attraction and connection. Transformation is not only about desire, it is about empowerment, fulfillment, and creating experiences that are meaningful, magnetic, and unforgettable. Transformation is not complete without practical application. Understanding these secrets is powerful, but the real change occurs when they are woven into daily life. Confidence, emotional connection, mystery, and attentive awareness must become habitual, influencing the way woman interacts, communicates, and carries herself. When applied consistently, they create a magnetic energy that draws desire, strengthens relationships, and fosters long-lasting admiration. This is the energy that turns ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences. The first step in applying these secrets is intentional presence in every interaction. Presence is not simply being physically there, it is being fully engaged, aware, and responsive. Men notice when energy is authentic, focused, and attentive. A simple conversation, a casual gesture, or shared laughter becomes meaningful when attention is fully given. Presence communicates care, understanding, and value without words. It signals that he matters, and this energy fuels connection, attraction, and desire naturally. Consistency and confidence is equally essential. Confidence is demonstrated through posture, tone, and energy rather than words alone. Small actions, like maintaining eye contact, expressing opinions with clarity, and taking initiative in interactions, reinforce inner belief. Confidence signals independence, security, and self-respect. Men are drawn to women who carry themselves with quiet assurance because it communicates value without needing to demand attention. When confidence is consistently expressed, attraction becomes instinctive and desire grows naturally. Practical application, emotional connection involves active engagement and empathy in everyday moments. Listening deeply, acknowledging emotions, and responding intuitively are simple practices that strengthen bonds. Men respond instinctively to women who create a safe space for expression while maintaining their own authenticity. Emotional connection is cultivated through genuine interest, thoughtful communication, and acts of understanding. These practices ensure that relationships feel alive, valued, and deeply satisfying. Mystery is applied through intentional unpredictability and individuality. Cultivating personal passions, maintaining independence, and selectively sharing thoughts and experiences create intrigue. Men are drawn to energy that feels layered, dynamic, and alive. Small gestures, unexpected words, or moments of playful unpredictability amplify fascination and anticipation. Mystery ensures that desire remains engaged over time, making interactions feel exciting and memorable rather than routine. Attentive awareness is integrated through observation, responsiveness, and subtle engagement. Noticing small cues, changes in tone, body language, or mood, and responding intuitively communicates deep understanding and care. Attentive awareness is not about controlling outcomes. It is about being fully tuned in to the shared energy of interaction. Men instinctively recognize and respond to this focus because it creates safety, resonance, and emotional satisfaction. Each moment becomes more meaningful, reinforcing connection and attraction naturally. Daily practice of these secrets also requires balance and boundaries. Confidence must coexist with empathy, emotional connection with independence, mystery with accessibility, and attentiveness with self-respect. Boundaries are not limitations. They are frameworks that protect energy and strengthen presence. Men are drawn to women who know their value, maintain standards, and project energy intentionally. Balance ensures that attraction remains magnetic, interactions stay healthy, and intimacy continues to feel alive. Practical application extends beyond intimate moments. These traits are expressed in every aspect of life: social interactions, professional settings, and personal relationships. A woman who carries confidence, emotional depth, intrigue, and presence consistently radiates energy that attracts admiration naturally. Men notice this energy because it signals authenticity, vitality, and empowerment. Application becomes habitual, shaping not only how others perceive her, but how she perceives herself. Integration also involves reflection and adjustment. Paying attention to responses, observing patterns in attraction and connection, and refining expression ensures that energy remains aligned with intentions. Men respond positively when energy is consistent yet flexible, authentic yet engaging. Reflection allows a woman to strengthen her presence, deepen connections, and enhance desirability over time. Practical application is a continuous process of growth, awareness, and refinement. Ultimately, applying these secrets consistently creates a magnetic lifestyle. Confidence, emotional connection, mystery, and attentive awareness become second nature, shaping energy, interactions, and relationships.